The past month, I've been engaging in these weekly digital fasts every single Sunday, right? Same idea as a liquid fast, except you abstain from technology and social media instead of food, obviously, right? And I've specifically designed it to be a day where I don't create or consume any form of online content or media, right? No YouTube, no Instagram, no Twitter, no newsletters, podcast videos, right? You get the point. And after a week of documenting and just creating content for 365 Align, it's honestly been much needed. Trying to post consistently across X, across Instagram, across YouTube is not for the faint of heart. And at the end of the day, the goal is to balance building myself online with actually experiencing and living in reality, right? Especially when you've got work, college, fitness, relationships on your plate as well. But I notice now it's starting to become a day where I just completely realign myself mentally, these digital fasts, not just avoiding content and social media, but minimizing how much I use my phone in general. It's why the most recent digital fast I did, my overall screen time on my phone was basically zero, right? Nothing. Before, I would still use my phone for things like Notion, writing down ideas, listening to music. But I realized now I wasn't fully tapping into the mental upgrades that come with digital fasting. And so I've decided I'll only allow myself to use a laptop or PC if I want to use technology, especially on these digital fast days every Sunday. And let me tell you, making this switch completely 10x the value within these weekly mental resets. It was like going from intermittent fasting to doing a proper 24 to 48 hour fast in terms of experiencing the real benefits from fasting. But instead of resetting my gut and metabolism, the digital fasts are finally starting to effectively rewire my dopamine and mindset. I was working this past Sunday and I just left my phone in my backpack for the entire shift. No doom scrolling on my breaks, no trying to squeeze in posting content, just pure presence. And it was genuinely one of the most fulfilling shifts I've had in terms of my overall mood and energy. And beyond that, I saw that my mindset became even more geared towards creation versus consumption compared to before. Throughout that shift, I was getting so many content ideas and using the sticky note method for the ones I wanted to come back to later on. And this video literally came as a result of having that burning desire to just create and write about whatever it is that came to my mind. Without my phone to give me those hits of dopamine mid-shift, I was actually forced to get that dopamine from better sources. It's why right after work, the rest of the day was spent writing content on my PC, reading books, walking in nature, just being fully present. Life genuinely felt 10 times more enhancing and fulfilling simply because I completely deprived myself of my phone. Internally, I could feel all of the mental fat just being trimmed off from a week's worth of creating and consuming content. I'm slowly becoming cognitively obese to immediately unlocking that fast twitch mindset, experiencing that mental enhancement across better clarity, better ideas, better quality content, just completely resetting my dopamine and reward system when it comes to what feels pleasurable to my brain. Even improving my relationships within how I was able to show up for my family, my coworkers, the customers I was helping, right? All of it reinforced to me that I was operating in a state of pure inner alignment mentally and spiritually. Just from doing a simple 24-hour digital fast and completely detaching from my phone for the day. Because most people understand if you want to lean out physically, you should do things like intermittent fasting or 24+ hour liquid fast. But nobody is talking about leaning out mentally through consistent tech abstinence. Even now, I'm thinking about experimenting with a no phone till noon approach to really dial this in. Because I was actually running fruit till noon on the nutrition side of things, but then currently fixing my skin, my gut, my metabolism. On a side note, it generally was a game changer for aligning myself physically across micronutrient intake, my digestion, and overall energy. But I saw how it began to mess with my sugar cravings and my overall relationship with food, so I decided to back off from that approach. Anyway, going back to the no phone till noon idea, I kind of see it as the mental version of fruit till noon in terms of upregulating your brain's metabolism and energy, right? One improves insulin sensitivity, the other improves information and intuition sensitivity. Right? Like, the analogies I can make between fitness and mindset are genuinely endless. Overall, if I can leave you with one practical actionable to help facilitate inner alignment within your own life across mind and spirit, it is genuinely to just integrate some form of digital fasting or tech abstinence within your daily system, right? Create some type of boundary between you and your phone, especially phone-free walks, tucking it away during work shifts or in the mornings, using ad blockers like Opal. Even just 1 hour a day where you don't use your phone is enough to start grabbing the benefits and get the ball rolling. Because nowadays, the average man has spent years using his phone every single day without fail. So imagine what 24 hours without it would do to your productivity, your mindset, your overall identity. Think about it. Basically, everyone is willing to make any sacrifice for the sake of having a lean, aesthetic physique. But the real edge in this modern day comes with also making the sacrifices that equip you with a sharp, aligned mentality. Being able to mentally and physically just run laps around people because you dial in the mindset alongside the physique. And as I've experienced, digital fasting has genuinely been a powerful weapon within that arsenal of inner alignment. You will 100% catch me abusing it towards getting shredded mentally, dialing in my content, and just overall building my personal brand within 365 Align. At the end of the day, my mental goal is to transform and architect alignment within others' lives through content creation and documenting my own journey towards a higher self. But on the macro level, it's to build an aligned life across mind, body, and spirit and unlock that 2.0 version of myself by the end of 2026. And so if that resonates at all, tap in on the X, on the Instagram as well, alongside the YouTube, right? For more downloads, more sauce, more documentation within this 365-day identity transformation journey. With that, I appreciate you for investing your time and eyeballs towards this video. Escape mental obesity and unlock your inner genius by leveraging digital fasting. And overall, become the version of you waiting on the other side of alignment across mind, body, and spirit. You, the 2.0. Stay aligned.